Now, one of the things that we saw, of course, today coming from NIO is, of course, the record-breaking deliveries, representing a 98% increase year over year, which resulted in NIO's total quarterly deliveries reaching, of course, 57,373, representing 143% increase year over year. This is good news, but one of the things that really excited me further on the report, or when I saw the report breakdown, I was very excited at the kind of progress that we saw from NIO's, of course, models. I mean, from those total deliveries, sedans sold 9,628, representing almost 15% increase from the kind of deliveries they saw in May. This simply means one thing. You will know that last week we spoke of the NIO ET7, whose sales exceeded 1,000 in the month of May, which was something that is pretty solid, pretty good, because the ET7 is the car that NIO launched on the 25th of April, and to see it perform the way it did in May, there was hope that deliveries for that model are improving, and indeed we are seeing chances are very high that the deliveries have even grown even much more than those 1,000 or over 1,000 we saw in of course May, because now the total sedan deliveries are sitting at 9,628, representing almost 15% increase. I mean, when you talk of the NIO sedans, you will know that we've got the ET5, the ET5 Touring. Though it's the Touring, it falls under the sedans. Then we've got the ET7. So both these three cars managed to scoop 14 or almost 15% growth from the kind of deliveries we saw them coming in May. It is a pretty good decent growth, which means that a model like the ET7 might be scooping so many sales or some good sales, which is something that is pretty exciting. So over and above all this, when we look into the breakdown, or over and above the record-breaking deliveries, when we look into the breakdowns, it appears that the sedans might be catching up to the total deliveries that SUVs are selling, which is something that fascinates me, because one of the things that we know about China, with the Chinese market, SUVs tend to perform better than sedans, and to get to see this happening or unfolding like this, it simply means that it appears that the Chinese market are also liking the sedans, which is why sedans are starting to perform even much better, catching up to the kind of deliveries or sales we are seeing SUVs generating. Otherwise, on the SUV, you know that most of these over 11,000 sales that we saw now in June probably come from the ES6. ES6, it is the best top-selling brand coming from NIO, which it is with no doubt that that model is the one that sold the most, followed by the ET5 Touring, then followed by probably the EC6, then the ET5 mid-sedan, then the ET7, then followed by the ES8, then the EC7, then last but not least the ES7. That's how the rankings were sitting like in May, and I expect the rankings to continue sitting like that when it comes to, even for this month or for the month of June, which we know that the ES6 is the best-selling car. I mean, they consist 40% of total deliveries that NIO has generated to date, which is something that is pretty exciting. So I'm very happy once again about these breakdowns that we saw from NIO, and hopefully in the next coming week or in the next couple of weeks, we'll be getting to see exactly how many vehicles did each model scoop, and we'll be able to compare those figures against the previous figures, or against the figures that those same models did in, of course, May, and check if which vehicles or which models are improving and which models are not improving. But one thing for sure, I know that the ET7 scooped some good sales even for this month of June, much better than the 1,000 we saw, of course, in May. Otherwise, it's all that, guys. I just thought I'd just give you this quick update. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that likes button, comment and subscribe, and once you subscribe, don't forget to hit or click that notification bell so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. Otherwise, I remain happy, I remain long and strong to the NIO stock. I'm happy about these 21,209 deliveries which NIO reported today. I'm happy, and I see even on the streets of social media, everyone is happy. Even some of the best are congratulating NIO for reporting this kind of a number when it comes to their deliveries, or reporting this kind of deliveries for the month of June, which is something that is pretty exciting. I know the question that is in some of the people, or some of the new investors already, is how many vehicles is NIO going to report now in June? But the good thing is that orders have been coming pretty good, pretty decent, and there are so many sources, including NIO themselves, that confirmed that the orders were coming. Things are looking good, and chances are very high that the very same pace that we saw NIO receiving orders might be the very same pace that NIO receives their orders even now for this month of June. So I hope to see yet another over 20,000 or another plus 20,000 deliveries for the month of July, which won't be the first time this happened in this month, because last year in July of 2023 NIO saw record-breaking deliveries, and it was the first time we saw them surpass the 20,000 mark. I think they sold over 20,300, which was something that was pretty exciting. So I still expect some good pretty deliveries, if not new record-breaking deliveries, even for the month of July, which, yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see as the month unfolds as to how NIO is doing. Otherwise, do your own DD before you buy this stock, and make sure that you hit the subscribe button, hit that likes button, and the notification bell, so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content, because on this channel NIO is one of the stocks that I talk a lot about, because I believe in their fundamentals, their future prospects. Otherwise, that's all from me, and God bless you all.